Good afternoon. Welcome to Live Lunch here on this Friday, April the 7th. And our guests today are from here in Murray. It's a 5-piece rock band, High Noon Moon. Welcome, gentlemen.
What's going on?
Please, before you start, introduce listeners to the band.
So this right here on bass is Sean Shelton.
Hi.
I'm Tristan Swift. This is Halleck Dunn.
What's up, everybody?
We got Jake Ramsey over there on guitar and Wesley Peru on drums.
All right. I understand the first song you're going to play, it was actually your very first single as a band. Is that right?
That is correct, yeah.
Is it also the first song that you wrote as a band, or?
Yeah, I think it was. We wrote it right as COVID really got started, actually. We wrote this song in my shop, actually, and it just it's grown and changed over time, and yeah, it's one of our favorites.
What's
it's definitely one of our
What's it called?
Lost Man's Wonderland.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, High Noon Moon.
Things are seeming oh so funny. The higher the climb gets a little more dusty. Go to sleep hazy, wake up feeling fuzzy. My better self knows I shouldn't have taken a stab at my latter half. I got a funny feeling that you won't be back in time. So catch your breath, come back again as you're raining from the skies. You're in a lost man's wonderland. You're in a lost man's wonderland. Where are you going? What are you headed for? Won't you please help me understand? You're just a poor old soul. You're pacing through empty lands. Your destination goes unsaid. When did you lose your head? You wish you had just a one last chance. If you could, you take it back, you said. I know you think it's gonna work itself out in time. Not this time. So catch your breath, come back again. You'll need to testify. You're in a lost man's wonderland. You're in a lost man's wonderland. Yeah. my latter half. I got a funny feeling that you won't be back in time. So catch your breath, come back again. No need to testify. You're in a lost man's wonderland. Ooh, you're in a lost man's wonderland. Oh, I fought death so many times, it's gonna take me down, and yes, sir. Coming to save you now. Touching the sky, leaving the lights on, lost in my mind. Where has the time gone? Blinding my eyes, high as the ozone, leave me behind.
All right, that's High Noon Moon with Lost Man's Wonderland here on Live Lunch. Three of you, Tristan, Jake, and Wes, you've been playing together since the beginning. What did Halleck and Sean add to the sound of your band when they joined about 3 years ago?
Oh, man. That reaction says everything. I mean, back then I was singing, and it was just because I was the only one brave enough to get up and do it. And so I heard Halleck singing. We worked together at Cracker Barrel, and we were servers there, and I heard him singing, and my head just whipped around because his vocals just filled the room. And I was like, man, we got to get this guy out here. And it turns out he plays keyboard, and he writes songs. And Sean jumped on. We actually hired him when we were playing the Boston Boot Hill Rodeo in Sykeston. And, man, he meshed so well with us, and just we didn't have a bass player. We were two guitars and a drum kit, so just that bass just filled our sound so much. And I mean, he's written, I mean, half of our new songs, you know, if not more. So yeah, they've changed everything. You know, we've only gone up since they joined the band.
Great. So the songwriting process is pretty collaborative. Whoever has like a song brings it to the group.
Yeah, basically. We've had plenty of ideas, but only a few have stuck, which is why we have a good list of 9 today that we're fairly confident in, you know. So,
well, you guys,
yeah, it usually starts out with one person, and like Tristan said, it's how all 5 of us have written songs before, you know. So, usually just one person brings it to the table, and then we all add our little spices and blends here and there, and it all just comes together in the end somehow. So,
and are you fairly harmonious then when it comes to that process?
Yeah, we've worked out some kinks and crannies here and there, but I think we've got ourselves to a pretty good stage of songwriting, I think so.
Awesome. Well, what do you have for us next?
This next song is called Outsmarted.
This headache rivals the rapture. Well, I've got the mind to scream. I hold it in and shiver. Just focus on the steam. Outside the house all day. Who knows what they have seen? I'm getting fattened up now because they feed on me. It seems it's getting worse every day. It's only getting harder. So many things that I can't say. So many things that I can't do. I'm walking through a minefield in concrete snowshoes, and I can't sleep again. It's like my ears are full of sound. Her eyes have landed on me, and I'll never be free again. It seems it's getting worse every day. It's only getting harder. Just when I thought I would get my way, I get outsmarted.
Yeah, High Noon Moon here on Live Lunch with their song Outsmarted. You guys rock in a way that most bands don't rock and haven't for about 2 decades. What are some common bands you guys all jam on together?
That we what?
That you all like and listen to together?
Zeppelin's probably our number one, The Doors, Soundgarden, Audio Slave.
I'm big on Blind Melon myself.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the 90s music, so.
But, yeah, Zeppelin's probably the one we all kind of agree upon. We all bring a little bit of something different to it, but Cream, yeah, Cream. Cream's a big one for us.
Jack Bruce.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of rock today. It's really refreshing to hear some. Do you guys have one more for this first set?
Yes, we do.
This next one is a really special song to us, actually. We wrote it not long after we wrote Lost Man's, but we wrote it about a guy, Jeff Durham. He's a really close friend of ours. The song's about him, but he passed away. When was it? August. And so that's really affected us. He was our number one fan. He was at every show. Just all up in our business, and we loved it. So, but this song's about him. It's called CD Master.
He's got Alice eyes pointed towards the skies. He was born a dreamer. Burning dust like the stars in the night. He's a ghost of the past. Drunk in charisma laced through his sneakers. Hands of a humble man. He's one humble man. Take a look at the man in black. He's got guts with his hair blown back. There's too little much of the lost and damned. Oh yeah. He's a city master. He's the lead man of Mother Nature's band. He's a true believer. Drunken words come from righteous lips. He was born to fly away. Ooh, self-indulgence is his only disguise. He'll never hit the ground. Whoa, yeah, come on now. Take a look at the man in black. He's got guts with his hair blown back. There's too little of the headphone man, and too much of the lost and damned. Yeah. He's a city master. They say rock's dead, I say welcome to a new beginning. Take a look at the man in black. He's got guts with his hair blown back. There's too little of the headphone man, and too much of the lost and damned. Let's do it one more time for him. Come on.
You're hearing High Noon Moon here on Live Lunch, and we've got a lot more great music coming up right after this.
It's Friday, April 7th. The Yeiser Art Center of Paducah opens its Fantastic Fibers exhibition tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. The International Juried exhibition will be available for viewing now through June 24th, with a reception on Saturday, April 29th at 3 p.m. at theyeiser.org. The Hopkinsville Christian County Public Library presents a Sublimation 101 workshop tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. Registration is required by calling 270-887-4262. It also hosts a Family Art Day tomorrow at noon, no registration required, at hccpl.org. Mike Miller Park in Benton hosts Late Chem's annual Banking with My Peeps Easter egg hunt tomorrow starting at 12:30 p.m. with 40,000 hidden eggs and photo opportunities. There's more information about this and other local events on the community calendar at WKMS.org.
It's National Poetry Month, and we're celebrating with poems from you. Today's poet is Summer Vertreese of Wilson County, Tennessee.
Clothes from Holly. As the car tires traverse the gravel drive, I can see it on the porch. A black bag, big and wide. Clothes from Holly. I embrace the joy of digging in and finding new to me attire, just for me, straight from Holly. Then one day, puberty came, and as the clothes stopped fitting, I realized Holly and I are different. She has breasts and hips and money.
You can see how to submit your Poetry Minute at WKMS.org. Have you ever thought that WKMS sounds like home?
It's the local voices in our newscast and volunteer-hosted shows that keeps WKMS grounded in our region.
It's the beginning riffs of Sounds Good or Cafe Jazz that let you know you're home.
And it's all here for you because listeners before you have supported the station financially.
It's the spring fundraiser, and you can give today to be a part of it all at WKMS.org.
Support for WKMS comes from Frenchtown Station and Slim's Frenchtown Mercantile on 11th between Jefferson and Broadway in Paducah. Saturday, April 29th from 10 till 3, the two host a Frenchtown Garden Fête, celebrating springtime with themed books, vintage garden pieces, and local growers selling flowers, herbs, and veggies. There are also children's art and gardening activities. Details on social media. You're hearing Live Lunch with High Noon Moon today. And guys, are all of the songs that you're playing, is it pretty much the entire EP of Will You Bring the Rain?
Yes, Will You Bring the Rain consists of 4 songs. And those songs are Bitter Break, Burn It Down, Going Gone, and Tattooed Scars. And you will hear all 4 of those eventually. And then amongst those are 5 other songs, 4 previous songs, and then 1 new one that has yet to be released. So we'll be playing that one last today.
So is the EP still in the process of being finished right now, or is it completely done and out and streaming?
It's
and
released.
everything?
It hasn't been. We were going to release it out on streaming after this, but we've sold like hard copies and such. We played a show with Barely Blue and King Kaju at Big Apple, and that was kind of our release of it.
Cool. So what are you going to play to begin this set?
This song is called Behind White Tiles.
Sworn in from the battlefield, detest the peasant class. Muddy souls are rode through bloody hills, drunken laughter as they pass. Beating down from God's glory hill comes the sacred mighty war. But through the forest came the uniforms to propagate this civil war. Above the eagles cry, no point to stay inside. Ain't no stopping us now, we are the escapade. The patrons are hiding, citizens dying. It doesn't make a change, and it doesn't make a difference to you crooked smiles behind the white tiles. They pander for the masses when they don't give a damn about you now. Devastation struck the lands one cold, unfruitful year, when brother turned on one another, left us burning under ashes. The flowers bloom again, yet they have no other scent than the fatal hatred of mankind. From hell this seeds descent. Above the angels cry, your turn to testify. Ain't no stopping us now, we are the escapade. The patrons are hiding, citizens dying. The city's up in flames, it doesn't make a difference to you crooked smiles behind the white tiles. They pander for the masses, they don't give a damn about you now.
That's High Noon Moon with Behind White Tiles here on Live Lunch. Gentlemen, is it hard to capture all of this live energy when you do record yourselves?
Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah, it's definitely something we think about when we're writing the songs, is how can we capture this energy into our records. Luckily we have Brian Bonds from Nashville. He was the lead guitarist for Florida Georgia Line, and he's producing all of our stuff. We're super lucky to have him, so he really helps us capture that energy. He knows exactly what we want and knows a lot of what we didn't know we needed.
Is that hard to find in a producer?
I think so, especially around here. We got so lucky that we were able to snag him up.
Well, sounds good, guys. And what do you have for us next?
This next song's Bitter Break, and this is the first one off Will You Bring the Rain.
Another cause for commotion, another poke in the eye, another promise been broken, another trust left to die. The ace was all that I wanted. She wanted two of a kind. I thought that if I had bought it, she wouldn't leave me behind. Bitter break, all the same. You call it fate. We just run through. Our hardest pill I can swallow is that I'll see you again. Sitting down on the third row with your newest ornament. Bitter break, all the same to you. Come all the time that we have lost, I'll get it back again. And all the time that we have lost, I'll get it back again. Bitter break, all the same to you. You call it fate. We just run through.
High Noon Moon with Bitter Break here on Live Lunch. How busy is your touring schedule for this upcoming little bit?
Well, actually, we've put our own touring schedule together for until the end of the year. I know that much. I think we're booked out completely till the end of May, June, July, and we're still looking for shows in August, September, October, the later months of the year.
And what if people want to book you? What's the easiest way they can do that?
Reach out to us on our Facebook page. That'd probably be the easiest way to book us.
Facebook, and we do have an email. It's hi.noon.moon1@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you pretty quick. But we're pretty booked good this year. I mean, the busiest we've ever been is this year. I think the drop of the new EP has really, done a number to get us more shows.
Absolutely. What are you going to close out this set with?
This song's called "Burn It Down." This is also on our new EP, "Will You Bring the Rain?"
The sands. How many books have burned to dust? When fading doesn't show, it's hard to grasp. That doesn't mean it's gonna slow, no. Will you burn it down? Will you burn it down? Put it down. How will you weather it with the boots around your neck? How will you hold against the horn? When life comes crashing down, do you build it up again? Or will you bury the past? Yes. Put it down. Will you put it down? Yeah. Will you put it down? Will you watch it go?
You're hearing High Noon Moon here on Live Lunch. We'll be back with one more set after this.
The great thing about WKMS is that you can carry it with you, in your ears, in your heart, and now in your hands too.
When you join as a member this spring, you'll see the new thank you gifts, like the WKMS mug, tote bag, and water bottle. all portable items that keep you connected to your favorite radio station.
More importantly, your gifts are part of the 85% of local funding that keep your station going.
Give today at WKMS.org.
This week on Science Friday, will nasal sprays be the next big thing in COVID-19 vaccines?
It does allow you the protection and barrier right at the nose.
Plus, should we slow the rush to develop artificial intelligence?
You take sensible precautions to make sure that it doesn't present undue risks.
All on Science Friday from WNYC Studios. That's Science Friday coming up at 1 on Murray State's WKMS.
Support for WKMS comes from Murray State University, where the Honors College offers a community for students to test their limits and go beyond their expectations. With seminar-style classes, study abroad programs, and research opportunities, the Honors College works to help students make the most of their potential. Learn more at murraystate.edu/honors. And thanks for support from Paducah Beer Works, located in the historic old Greyhound bus station. PBW offers local craft beer, weekly menus from Chef Patrick, live music each weekend, and open bluegrass jams the second Sunday of each month. More details on Paducah Beer Works' social media and website. You're hearing Live Lunch with High Noon Moon today. It's a 5-piece band from Murray. They've been rocking out for about 45 minutes. What do you boys have to start off this final set?
This song is called Going Gone, and it was actually written and is going to be sung by our fantastic bass player, Sean Shelton, over there.
Hi.
All right.
I see you in the fractured light, 2 hours till the dead of night, and I see you in your falling might, and your withered hands are draining wide, and time runs away, and it's day by day. We can't even tell till it's on its way. The tree grows and the wind sways, and one of these days that elm will break through the best. But now you're gone, going gone. Oh, another book, 100 different hands, a black-clad army at your command. But you're not there, you're walking the sand as my eyes make recess again. 'Cause you were the best, but now you're going gone. I'm going having thoughts to join you today. I've hidden this bottle to keep them at bay, and I'll never forgive you, at least that's what I say. But tomorrow I'll miss you, that's all it takes, 'cause you were the best. But now you're gone, going gone. I'm going gone.
It's High Noon Moon with Going Gone here on Live Lunch. What are your next couple of shows, the next chances people have to see you live?
Give me just 1 second.
April 22nd, we will be at the Big Apple with Year of October from Nashville. If you've never heard them, they are awesome. And the next weekend, we'll be at Wings Etc. with King Kaju, April 28th. And then May 1st, we'll be at the Cobra in Nashville. And May 6th at the Dewdrop Inn.
Goodness gracious, you're getting out there. What do you have for us next?
Man, this song's called Tattooed Scars, and I wrote this when I was 17. And I didn't think anything was ever going to come of it when we brought it back up, but we showed it to Brian, and he loved it, and he said it had a really good hook, and he wanted to use it. So here we are.
Cool, I can't wait to hear it.
He took a seed and made a flower out of it.
Oh.
Outside with a skip so funky, poolside with a sky-high junkie, and freedom flows where the coin falls. A tied of mine with an inbred sidekick, I'm hatching eggs with the lane and the side chick, and man in blues got no arms to call. Let it bang if it ain't worth glory, set in stone if you got a story. How's it in your hand and stuck in mine? Got a child and my head keeps turning, got a fire and my heart keeps burning, and tattooed scars are not something to hide. Belly up with a stomach full of napalm, nursing black drinks enough for you to stay calm. My gut's full of morphine and lead, mine's full of landmines and crash signs, turn home to race wars and crack pipes. Now I really wish I was there. And better bag if it ain't worth glory, set in stone if you got a story. Hustle in your hand and stuck in mine. Got a trial and my head keeps turning, got a fire and my heart keeps burning, and tattooed scars are not something to hide. Baby, it ain't worth closer to your hands and stuck in mine. Out of trial and my head keeps turning. Got a fire and my heart keeps burning. The tattoo's carving out something to hide.
You're hearing High Noon Moon on Live Lunch. Gentlemen, some bands don't have one good vocalist, and you've got three, so it's an embarrassment of riches.
Thank you.
You guys have put on one heck of an hour of music for us. You have time for one more. What will you close down the shop with?
So this is, this is a brand new song, never been released, never been played in public. It was finished Tuesday. So literally as green as it can get. It's called Pave the Way.
It's on the rise, unearthed from shallow creeks. What shall be left when the ark begins to leak? The blessed sun will shine upon the night. Just behave, your judgment day is bright. Days are new, but the fight is still the same. The ones who write our history, they carry the sharper blade. The crowns ignite as the water floods the gates. Fire and fury fill primordial palaces. Blinded kings challenge their fate. So when will we begin to notice that what they wrote on ancient stones is nothing more than what's been left behind from the dynasty of dawn? Oh, we will carry watch my feet as they carry me ahead. My eyes can see, but my steps will pave the way. Oh, my steps will pave the way. Oh, my steps will pave the way. If I were dead or all alone, oh, my steps will pave the way, yeah.
Great performance from High Noon Moon on Live Lunch today. Thanks so much to Halleck, Jake, Tristan, Wesley, and Sean. Great job, guys. This is WKMS FM HD Murray, WKMD HD Madisonville, and WKMT Fulton with news and music at WKMS.org. We're part of the educational mission of Murray State University. We appreciate support from Denton Law Firm, keeping estate plans up to date to reflect life's changes. Their estate planning team works to prepare for whatever the future may hold and can assist with wills, powers of attorney, living will directives, and living trusts. There is more information at dentonfirm.com. I'm Tracy Ross. Thanks so much for tuning in to Live Lunch today. Science Fridays coming up next. Have a great weekend.